Reinforced is spotted!
Roger that! Verstanden! Wir fordern Luftunterstützung an! What was that? What the hell is that?
Greetings, Commanders. Right after the loud April Fool's Day gunfights, we're opening the season with some serious new additions. The time for jokes is over. Jets are joining the battle. We are pleased to present to you the first update of 2025, Jet Power, in which you can fly the legendary turbojet-powered aircraft from the end of the war. Work on developing jet technology had been underway in many countries around the world since the early 30s, and the imminent global conflict only spurred engineers and designers on. Nevertheless, it was not until 1944 that it was seriously used at the front. Here they are, the very first combat jets. Meet them, the legendary Meteor, a deadly British machine. It was strictly forbidden for them to cross the front line in order to avoid the possible capture of these valuable aircraft by the enemy. But will this stop you, Commanders, from correcting this historical injustice and showing the Luftwaffe pilots who is the king of the sky? Matching the British Meteor is the American Shooting Star. The F-80, the first mass-produced jet of the US AAF, saw limited service in 1945 as a reconnaissance aircraft. Germany also successfully developed new weapons. The first turbojet aircraft to see air-to-air combat was their Swallow, namely the Messerschmitt 262, of which you can find two variants in the game. The Japanese Empire copied the German Messerschmitt and gave its counterpart the romantic name Orange Blossom. In Japanese Kika, the Soviet Union made its mark in this arms race with the famous MiG-9 fighter, but this machine belongs to a completely different era. We couldn't leave the Red Army without a similar aircraft, so we chose the Su-9 jet fighter, which was developed from 1944 by Pavel Sukhoi's design bureau, based on captured Messerschmitts. Every major update of Enlisted comes with changes to locations. Sometimes these are completely new locations, and sometimes, like now, we focus our efforts on reworking existing ones. We started this year by improving Silo Heights. This area, located 50 kilometers east of Berlin, played an important role during the Battle of Berlin in 1945, and is an integral part of our game by being one of the most popular battlefields. However, Silo Heights had some problems. In particular, the issue of gray zones bothered many of you, Commanders, when a well-positioned enemy tank could easily lay down fire on strategically important positions while remaining practically invulnerable. Based on your feedback and our statistics, we reduced the number of these issues. We placed obstacles that break the line of sight, added cover to exposed areas, adjusted the landscape, changed infantry and vehicle routes. And this is just a small fraction of the changes. We've adjusted problematic capture points, improved spawn point locations, updated weather effects, and improved the overall visuals of the ground and railway embankment. Welcome to the updated Silo Heights. The arsenal of the Red Army has been expanded with an excellent low BR self-loading rifle. Check it out, Commanders. The rifle was designed by Vladimir Grigorievich Fyodorov, one of his first works on the way to his famous assault rifle. Another interesting new addition, the Uragan submachine gun, also known as the Hurricane. This is a creation of partisan units, made from improvised materials and parts of other weapons. It's pretty decent for a makeshift weapon. The Germans have also received an impressive new weapon, the infantry version of the MG-81 machine gun used on aircraft. As in real life, its insane rate of fire makes it a bit difficult to use in combat, but it provides unmatched firepower, especially with its 100-round belt. American and British engineers and flame trooper squads received a new build option, the Northover projector. This British anti-tank weapon fired self-igniting phosphorus grenades and was rarely used in World War II, but it will definitely be of use on the battlefields in Enlisted. And lastly, the German Offenrohr was added to the arsenal of Japanese anti-tank gunners. This ensures that they can counter high BR enemy tanks like all other nations. There are some pleasant interface changes too, as we promised in our roadmap last year. we have added the ability to deactivate boosters. It's simple. You can now temporarily set aside your earned boosters to save them for later when they might be more useful. This update brings powerful new additions for pilots, new weapons, interface changes, reworked and improved maps, plus battle hero awards for the best gorilla and the best APC driver in a battle. And there's more waiting for you. To battle, Commanders. See you in the clouds.
The Great War is over. All you want is to return home, to a new republic, born in the heart of Europe. The escalating civil war blocks your path to the west, so the only way out is east, across the vast Siberia. Through territory disputed between the Red and White armies, prepare to fight your way to freedom. Explore war-torn cities, face challenging situations, and unexpected obstacles. Do whatever it takes to prevail, and keep your soldiers alive. Your train will require constant care and attention. Instruct your crew to manage the train efficiently. Deploy squads from the train to explore the surrounding area. Stockpile and trade supplies. Realize the train's full potential by unlocking new upgrades and enhancing its durability. You must survive the freezing cold. Keep going, or the suffering and loss of all those under your command will have been in vain. This is your last train home.
Station. Immediate fire support for Ally Point, Delaware. Hey everyone, I'm David Fan, executive producer here at Relic Entertainment. Our Company of Heroes 3 2.0 anniversary update is right around the corner, and we can't wait to get it into your hands. As a reminder, our new Battlegroup DLC, Fire and Steel, will be launching as part of our 2.0 update, so if you haven't seen that already, check it out on Steam for all the details. Since our first anniversary update last year, the game has seen a lot of improvements. I wanted to touch on some of the highlights and where that leaves us today before we talk about 2.0. Back in April 2024, we added 2 new battle groups to the game and made them for free for all active players as a thank you for sticking with us. If you're returning to the game for 2.0 or are thinking about joining the action, these battle groups will still be free for a few more weeks after 2.0 releases, so don't miss out. Over the past year, we've released 4 major updates and the game has seen some big quality of life features added, such as Vote to Surrender, Mission Selection, Auto Match cooldowns, audio improvements, effects improvements, player profile match history, a time to kill overhaul, profile customization, in-game leaderboards, live observer mode, a veterancy overhaul, and more. We've also added 13 new maps, multiple balance updates, AI improvement passes, and numerous UI updates to the game during that time. All of this has brought the game a long way, and we are excited to officially call this our 2.0 update, which also lines up nicely with the second anniversary of the game's release. With that, I want to pass over to Denise, who's been leading the Company of Heroes 3 development team and all of the great work over the past year to talk about 2.0.
Hey everyone, I'm Denise, Principal Producer at Relic. I'm excited to talk about everything that's coming in our 2.0 anniversary and why it's going to be a great update for the game. Our new DLC, Fire and Steel, consists of 4 battle groups. Each battle group will have its own iconic heavy tank, along with a ton of powerful abilities. Some of these will introduce new mechanics and fresh gameplay loops to the franchise. Aside from the DLC itself, there's a lot more to look forward to in 2.0. 4 new maps will be coming to multiplayer and skirmish. Excitingly, 3 of these maps are certified franchise classics, redesigned for Co3. Angleville and Langres will be entering the 1v1 map pool, while Crossing in the Woods will be available for both 1v1 and 2v2. Lastly on the mapping front, Jebel Pass is a brand new 1v1 community map created by GB Pirate. There have also been several single-player improvements for 2.0, too many to go through in detail. However, here is a highlight reel. We've worked to make companies more unique and really play differently both on the campaign map and in mission. We've also focused on responsiveness and how it feels to interact with your units. Overall, things here should feel quicker and smoother, and a number of animation bugs have been fixed. Defenses are now more important, as enemy waves can spawn from all enemy territories, which should require you to be more strategic in your positioning. The loyalty system has also been reworked, and we've also added 8 new campaign skirmish maps, including 2v2 maps you can play with your AI ally. We've made a concerted effort to improve audio in 2.0, targeting in-game immersion specifically. The match intro and victory music have been improved, and we re-recorded all the intel lines for the US Forces announcer. When it comes to balance, there's a whole lot going on. We've been making some preemptive changes with the release of Fire and Steel, and also some changes to key target areas from our Orchid Spider update. One of our key areas of focus has been armored gameplay. By making your armor hits more impactful, we hope to reward better movement and positioning. Tank riding has also been made faster and easier, and tank machine guns have also been strengthened. Late game technology has also been slowed down in order to give light and medium vehicles a greater window of opportunity. That's about as much as we've got time for in this overview, but check out our social channels for all the details on 2.0 and Fire and Steel. On behalf of Relic and the Company of Heroes team, we want to say a big thank you for being loyal fans and supporters of this franchise. We hope you're excited for 2.0. The game has come a long way, so maybe poke a few friends who haven't played in a while, or bring in some fresh recruits. We look forward to seeing you on the field.
Watch the building! Get up there!
invasion of Iraq began with shock and awe.
The major moves that a general can, just in a smaller way.
The Iraqi army was disbanded, and out of the chaos that followed, an insurgency.